Hello everybody, today we have a special deck. This is Tarocco Della Felicita. It's by Vito Arienti, and this was his very first deck that he ever produced, and supposedly this is his most famous. This is the, I'm gonna butcher this. It's a Folchi deck, and it's the Soleon versions. So this is the box, and I want to say, if you're watching this, go to the tarotauthority.com, and if you find a deck that you like, a discount code is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. And if you have any problems, please reach out to me, fill out the contact form, and I'll get back to you. That's the tarotauthority.com. You can find this and many other decks there. So this is the little slipcase. Comes with the book. And without further ado, we'll get to the flip through. So this is a really nice deck, and the colors are nice. The card stock is nice. It's coated very nicely. Let's see here. There we go. So this is a pretty expensive deck. I've seen facsimiles with only 22 cards go for around 100, and a facsimile means that it's a deck that was made to look like it. This is an original, so this is inherently going to be more. Now these decks, they're not signed and they're not numbered, so the only way to really tell that this is an original is to get it with the box. And I showed you guys the box, so it's important that when you go to buy one of these, that you really inspect the box well. And on the box, it's actually a real card on it. So on the front, it's like a card that's glued to it. Not that any Chinese fakes are floating around, but most counterfeit decks are more indie, like more modern and indie, like Kickstarter decks. Like I've seen a lot of fake Baba Studio. I've seen a lot of fake Kickstarter stuff. The Chinese fakes tend to kind of stay away from decks like this for good reason. First of all, they're harder to get. Like these newer indie decks, they're fairly easy to acquire. But these older decks that are, first of all, really hard to find, and then secondly, once you do find them, they're super expensive. They're just harder to make counterfeits with. So this is a really beautiful deck. I like the color palette. I have two of them right now, but this one is in better condition than the other one. So I decided to show you guys this one. And the various landscapes. I believe the landscapes change as the suits also change. The suited cards could have been executed slightly better, in my opinion, but it's sticking with the traditional European tarot. I feel like there's like European tarot and UK Tarot, and all the other systems kind of deviate, kind of like lineate from that. Obviously, the Rider-Waite deck was UK Tarot, so this follows more of the continental European Tarot. The court cards are super cool though. The artist makes up for the minors with the courts. Again, if you're interested in this deck, you can find it at thetarotauthority.com. I probably won't be listing it on eBay. This is going to be an exclusive for the website. The cups are done really well. I didn't really like the wands, but these cups are just... they're just hitting. They're just hitting. They're just great. And this deck was made in Italy, I believe in 1985. Should have said that earlier in the video, but I'll put it in the description. I got 2 new kittens recently, and the cat I already had, she's really mad. And so they're so funny. Well, it's not funny. It's actually kind of messed up. But the older cat will sit at the door, and then the younger cat will sit at the other side, and the younger cat will put her paw underneath the door. So it's kind of weird because on the box it says 1985, but on the title card it says 84. So I'm not quite sure. I'll just put 84, maybe 85. It's kind of good to just write the last or the oldest date. Yeah, the swords and the wands, not really a fan of. Cups were on point. I'm super old school. I don't really like Kickstarter campaigns. Not into it. I've had a bad experience with Kickstarter a couple times, so I'm just not taking the gamble, especially with everything that's happening with the US and tariffs right now. A lot of these decks are made in China. I'm sure artists aren't planning to add tariffs into their budget, so if you're into it, great. That's why I just try to chase these older decks. It's more my jam. Yeah, let's just say 1985 just to be safe. Because when you have a book, the last year that's printed is probably the year that it was actually printed. And we'll just follow that rule for tarot decks, right? Okay, we're getting to the end. Very cool deck. Beautiful green color for the Pentacles. Okay. That is it. And I hope you enjoyed the Tarocco Della Felicita, or the Tarot of Happiness by Vito Arienti. Thank you.